Welcome to the Week 4 in Review with the BONESTORM and Mr. Grumpy Gills, aka Kevin Heath. Welcome, sir, to the party, pal.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. How would you like to start, sir? Did you guys do Bone Rib Fest? No.
What? Rib Fest?
What? Did you do Rib Fest?
No, that's this weekend.
What is going on?
You don't need to be a part of it, pal. Trust me. I will let you know when it happens. We will send you pictures. We might even, I've threatened to try to Skype you in or at least give you some sort of Zoom. Maybe we'll do that this week.
Yeah, well, I'll see.
Exactly. So, can you see the screen? Are you ready for the first?
If you call me this weekend, should I be standing at my PC at any given time? Or
if you want to go over how I can manage your life for you, you idiot, then I will. Don't bring this into this one. We're going to waste valuable time me just yelling at you. Let's get to your game, Mr.
All right. We had Camp Krusty, who I put up a valiant effort getting Geno Smith off the wire this week, ended up starting him. Guy goes for 37.7. Very happy with that. Najee Harris, an anemic 7.4. That guy has been a huge disappointment. Maybe the biggest of the first round disappointments. I don't know if I can say that with any evidence, but so far I think I have a case. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, very steady year so far, 22.4. And then finally the last of my, well, not really the last of my notables, Mike Williams at 21. But I'll tell you, my Bills keep showing up week after week. So happy about that. They got me 15, but wasn't enough to get it done. I got about 150 to Kevin Clemens's 171. He had Jared Goff play out of his stinking mind. Detroit quarterback going for 42, over 42 points. Who saw that coming? Justin Jefferson, apparently 33 points ain't enough to buy loyalty on this team.
Nope, you're gone.
You gotta love the Richie James score, 0.1. I mean, 0 would be better than that, 0.1, but that's okay. You still had plenty from T. Higgins, who took it right out of my guy Jamar Chase's hands. And then finally, he had the Eagles, who showed up big with 24. Between 60 from 2 wide receivers and another 60 from his quarterback and Eagles, the rest is just gravy.
Yeah, he had a really good day. Jared Goff with 40 plus. I mean, that's a huge score. Detroit has their offense figured out. Unfortunately, they have a horrible defense, and that's been hurting them. But hey, this is good if you got Jared Goff for all their offense, because you're going to be playing from catch up and you just keep rounding the score. Same thing with Geno Smith. Seattle, not a great defense, but boy, he's got the offense humming right now. They're letting him cook, and it's got to just frustrate the heck out of Russell. I know your favorite guy, Pete Carroll's just chirping at Russell, just making him just feel like a horrible person for leaving there. Let's talk a little bit more about your team. Mark Andrews, Mr. Incredible, Mr. Top tight end.
Yeah.
Where the hell were you this weekend, Mr. 3.5? You didn't show up to the party.
He sure did not. Not only was he projected to get 17, but his average going into this game was almost 30 points a game out of a tight end. Not sure what happened there.
Exactly. And we also have James Robinson sliding and slipping in the rain to the Eagles defense, not doing too well there. So it was a rough day for those two. Congrats with that, Mr. Clemens. Thankfully, Kevin lost, which is always a good thing. Now let's get to another loss from these hosts.
Yes, this one I really enjoyed. So not only were you projected to get a measly 127, you ended up getting double digits, 93 points. The highlight, Aaron Jones's 16 and Chris Olave's 16.
That's
the rest, Jerick McKinnon, 1 point. Greg Dortch, 2 points. Christian Kirk, 8 points. The Chiefs defense, 7 points.
No, they got 5.12. You're reading their projected.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh God, even worse.
Yes, thank you. Don't give me more than I deserve.
Kyle Pitts, 3.5.
He's living up to his last name this year.
Yeah. Real rough day. You badmouth my team. Shit, I got 50 on this squad. But speaking of over delivering on the other side of the field, she ended up starting my guy, Debo Samuel, who she got in a trade. Guy goes for 27.7. She gets TJ Hawkinson.
The guy you don't even know.
And I don't. I admit to that. Ended up getting 42 points. Amazing. Marquise
That's a
Brown.
quarterback score.
Yeah, no doubt. She's got Marquise Brown, who she really likes, who you didn't highlight at 20. That's a decent score from a flex guy. And Jamal Williams racking up 27.9.
Because my guy was hurt, for crying out loud. He got all the carries.
So not only did she get 167, she gets 167 with a complete zero from her RB1, Alvin Kamara, because they
because of the early London game. Let's not forget that, people. This week you have another London game, 6:30 in the morning, I think our time, West Coast time. So make sure you go set those guys up.
Saturday night.
Don't, you will suffer the fate of Dawn, and you might beat me. We don't need that again.
Correct. Well, Dawn's turning her season around with a win last week and following it up with another win this week. I think just about everybody in their division is 2-2. So
let's hold off on that. Let's focus on one game at a time, mister.
Okay.
Jesus, let's move on to the next one.
Next, we got Tommy Shelby taking it to the Wild Poopers. This is the sister-in-law battle. Both of these teams were projected to get around 140, 150. They delivered, but just flip-flopped a little bit. Sam was able to get it done. She had 27.1 out of Herbert. We got Josh Reynolds, I guess, for 21.1, and the New York Giants getting it done with 20.4 on their side. And not a bad day from Joe Mixon. It was what he was projected, but I always like it when they get what they're projecting. On the flip side, decent day on for Kyler Murray. He's back to where he's supposed to be. Christian McCaffrey's doing Christian McCaffrey things at 25. And Tyreek Hill, I saw that game. He looked outstanding, very fast, 27.9. It just goes to show that, some wide receivers are good no matter where they go. Some of them really seem to click with a quarterback and then do absolutely nothing when they switch teams. So I think he falls in the former. Looking at the rest of her team, decent day out of Green Bay, just wasn't enough. 150 to 144, very, very close game. 6 points deciding this one.
Yeah, it was a tough loss for poor Cat, who's on a 4-game slide that we'll see later. A good day for Sam, and one of the reasons Josh Reynolds had such a big day in Detroit for Mr. Kevin Heath, who doesn't pay attention or watch any of the games like the rest of us do, was because the sun god Amon-Ra St. Brown was out, so Josh got a lot of those targets. Congrats to that. Good job on that one, Sam, and we'll move on to the next score. Better luck next week, Cat. And next up we have
Mr. Trump. I can't afford the NFL red zone, or maybe you're misreporting your funds like other Trump-like figures might do. We'll see how that comes out, but I can't afford it, okay?
Bull crap. You have money. You choose to spend it in other places. You don't prioritize, son. I can help you with that too, along with what you could do with yourself while you're waiting. Let's move on to this game.
Hookers and blow. That's what I wasted on.
I'm going to call one of my lawyers. He's going to give you a call. His name will be Rudy. You'll notice him.
Oh, great.
He might have some black stuff leaking down his eyes, but don't worry about that. He's totally competent.
All right. Speaking of wax in his eyes, Lamar Jackson, after going like lights out for 2 weeks, finally comes down to earth with 13. Not terrible, but certainly not what he was projected.
Not great, yeah.
Not at all what he's been averaging. Nice day out of Nick Chubb with 22. Horrible day out of Jonathan Taylor, who underperformed.
The number 1 pick, yes.
By about 19 points.
And
not
he's
great.
Injured too now.
Yeah, oh, God, not good. A good day, though, out of Alan Lazard. And looking at the best, decent day out of Chargers and a decent day out of Justin Tucker. But he racked up 126. Not enough for Todd's team, who was on the rise going into week 4. And it's
Yes.
continuing that. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Redonkulous, yes.
But he ends up getting nearly 200 points. Joe Burrow, 26. Josh Jacobs, good Lord, 36, striking while the iron is hot. Again, we'll go to that. Saquon Barkley getting about exactly.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. He's never going to get that for you, Clemens. Continue.
Wowzers. Cooper Kupp, 28.2. That's nice. We go on down the line. You didn't highlight this, but geez, Travis Kelce getting it done. He got off that poor coaching staff on his team last year, got on a real team this year.
I just wonder what it's like to have a really good tight end. I don't know what that's like. Continue on.
Okay, continuing on. He ended up getting 24.2 and decent days from Jeff Wilson and the Cowboys, who get 13.4 and 18 respectively, and a decent day out of his kicker. But when you get production like that out of nearly every spot, I'm going down the list. Other than Amari Cooper, which was a complete dud, he had double-digit production from every other player, many of them near or in the 20s. So
imagine what's going to happen this week with Justin Jefferson in the lineup. Ridiculous. Yes, congrats on that one, Todd.
Yeah, well done, Todd.
Todd, you definitely made your team even better this week. You took down a big dog with Greg. That's good. We all thank you for that because nobody wants to see him win. Not with Lamar. Just kidding. No, feel bad for him with Jonathan Taylor. That's going to suck. We'll see how that goes the rest of the season. Let's move on to the next game.
Let's go. We've got the Braille
Terry
Bombers
versus Mama.
Braille Bombers take down the only remaining undefeated team in the league. And, I think, Terry, I wanted you to win, but it's nice to have some parity in this league, or at least some competition. I don't need parity. I mean, keeping things a little bit tighter. She suffers her first loss in a game. You talk about predictions about not getting a score. I can almost guarantee you Terry's team is never going to score less than 90 the rest of the way. Decent day for Mama's Austin Eckler. Very nice, actually.
Big day.
Nearly doubling his projection.
3 touchdowns. Yeah, that was a huge day.
Yeah, that's nice. CeeDee Lamb does well for the Cowboys, 21.7. And Tyler Lockett.
Cooper Kush doing well,
that's basically what Tyler Lockett was supposed to do. Decent days out of Stevenson and Godwin, who got what they were supposed to get. And a little surprise, 12 from her Panthers. She ends up get 136, was enough to take down Terry, who had a good day from Josh Allen, but just really bad days from Pollard, from Irv Smith, from Drake London, from Graham Gano, everybody getting 5 points or less in that group, and not much else from the rest. She got a few from Dotson and a little bit from Duvernay, but nothing to write home about. Sorry,
Jahan Dotson as a rookie has 4 touchdowns in 4 games. Not bad, young. And Josh Allen had a good day in that comeback win over Buffalo. The rest, like you said, pretty anemic for poor Terry. Meanwhile, Mama puts Trevor Lawrence in, and apparently he can't play in the rain with that long hair. That must have gotten his way like the fly with you. He comes up with only 8.66. Austin finally shows up. The rest of her team, again, marginal at best. But, hey, he gets the win. That's what counts. Better luck next week, Terry. Let's see who's next on the docket. We have, here we go. We got Joe versus Jason, golfing buddies. Who takes this one down, Kev?
Well, I really like this one. Both these guys came ready on Sunday morning by changing their names to FYJ, which everybody got a kick out of. One of those has been corrected. We're going to need a bigger boat. Changed his name. Needing a bigger boat, though, was able to get it done. Very nicely done, Jay, with 166. Was able to take down Joe.
No, you got it backwards, dude.
Oh, no.
Joe is need a bigger boat.
Oh, okay.
Sweet Jesus, do you even look at this?
Sorry, Jay. Jay lost. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, Jay.
There you go.
Well, needing a bigger boat, got it done at 166. Great days from a lot of his guys. So we had Aaron Rodgers, who you didn't highlight, not that it was necessary, but he got what he was supposed to get, 20 points. I think I would take 20 points every single week from my quarterback. It's not bad.
Sure.
Derrick Henry gets 25.5. And then Mike Evans, 32.3. I guess Brady had that bounce back game everybody was predicting.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot out of Bateman and Kittle. But good scores the rest of the way with 10.7 from
Niners
Kittle,
D.
Connor at 10.2, Cortland Sutton proving me wrong once again at 16.2. But the Niners, that maybe the surprise of his team for the week,
Not a
even
surprise.
maybe a bigger surprise than Evans. Sheesh, Louise, nearly 30 points.
Yeah.
Poor Jay. He did get production.
Don't say poor Jay. That guy would stomp all over our carcasses. Continue on.
I don't agree with that. I object.
Of course you don't.
Counselor is speaking without evidence. So Damian Harris, good day, 15. Devontae Adams, a really good day, 21.5, but single digits the rest of the way down. That's not going to help. Yeah, 110. I'm sorry, Jay. Time to get on those trades, buddy. Come looking. I may have a quarterback or two. All right.
I'm sure. Sorry, Jason. You put the Steelers defense against those Jets. That was a mistake. 1.7. We failed you in so many ways. Like my team failed me. I'm glad your Cowboys are at least winning out with Cooper Kush at quarterback there. Moving on to.
I think 1.7 was his flex player and not the Steelers. I think the Steelers got 8 points.
Oh, did they? Okay, well, there you go. Okay, let's move on to the standings now.
All right, the standings. We've got Brockway. Ooh, that's what I said earlier. And lo and behold, I was correct. Look at this group. Everybody tied at 2-2. Love Hugs and Ice Cream still has it by, I don't know, probably points for.
Doesn't matter. It's just they're all locked up.
Yeah. Highway 65 at 2-2. And Malibu Stacy's also getting a win to improve to 2-2. Literally anyone's division in Brockway. Let's go to Ogdenville. Ogdenville with a tight race for first, although it's kind of we're getting some separation if you want to say that. We've got Wild Poopers at 0-4. Come on, Cat. I'm pulling for you this week. Tommy Shelby and Braille Bombers both tied at 3-1. At least you're doing well on one of your teams, Matt. Let's go to North Haverbrook, where alone at the top for the first time out of these divisions, we've got Uncle Todd's Family Feed Bag. Very good, Sam. Having a nice first month in her league, followed by a.
No, that's Todd's team, you dummy.
It is? Oh,
yes.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry. Okay.
Did you have an edible tonight before this show?
I had a stroke sitting here waiting for you. The flashing screen. All right, sorry. Todd alone in the front at 3-1. Very nice first month. Although Tommy Shelby had the same schedule, so F off.
But it was the wrong person. So don't try to dig yourself out of that hole.
Place at 2-2 and FYJ at 1-3. Finally, we have Springfield, who has another team alone at the top. Terry, your one loss didn't affect you in your division because you play with the Lard Lads. Lard Lads, who is second place, is at 2-2. Yeah, basically, that means it's a coin flip every week if that guy's going to be able to score or not, and need a bigger boat looking for more wins at 1-3. So no more undefeated teams and only one winless team. Let's go, Cat. Week 5. Let's go, Cat. Let's go, Cat. Effing go.
All right, there we go. Let's move on to the action today. Here we go.
Gosh. Let's talk about, if you want to talk about pure action, you're going to have to go 2 days in the rears because these are just pickups. Is that right?
Yeah, they are. We'll talk about the trade too.
All right, we'll go back to trades later. Do you want to walk us through this one? I'm getting a little hoarse.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know what's up with you. Are you sick? Did you not get your liquids today?
So well, all these sodas are empty. I got to go get one. You talk. I'll be right back.
You need some water, not soda. Okay, so we'll talk about this with who were the winners. First of all, we had 3 matchups that came down to who bid better. I'll work our way from the bottom up because this was supposed to be exciting for Mr. I have to walk away from my screen. He's had so long to get ready, ladies and gentlemen, yet he still didn't bring a soda or a water or something if his poor little throat was parched. So let's move on. Uncle Todd's Family Feed Bag outbids me by, just a little bit, $18 to 3 for my Mike Boone that I was looking for. Congrats, Todd. You got Mike Boone. That's a nice pickup, especially.
How much did you bid?
$3.
Shocker.
Hey, that was the appropriate amount on my sliding scale. Apparently, Todd overvalues Mr. Boone compared to what I do. Then you have Mr. Jason outbidding the Jaguars over his young son, Tommy Shelby, $6 to 1. But the closest contest was the Lord Lads winning by $1 over Todd, $13 to 12 for Caleb Huntley, a guy that Kev's never heard of and doesn't know who he is.
I thought you said Tommy Shelby was Sam. No?
No, Uncle Todd is Todd. It's not Tommy Shelby. Do you not see
You
it?
just said his son. You outbid his son.
I outbid Jason's son. Jesus.
Oh, I thought I just came
Oh
back
my
up.
God. Okay, I really think we need to get you to a doctor or stop drinking all those beers, mister. Look at you. You're a flipping mess. The rest were nothing to speak of. Let's move on to the trends, unless you want to talk about the trade first.
Well, I'd like to go back to something first. Can you hit page up? You
Sure.
had
Let
her
me go.
ass sitting in the school parking lot.
There
Okay.
you go.
I am in shock at the sheer dollars you bid this week. That is amazing. Let's see, $5, $2.
I don't know where you're pulling out this thing that I never spend any money. I've spent plenty of money just because I didn't. I think you're still just bitter that I told you for $100 on that guy. And until I spent 101, you will never let that go.
$100. You just said Todd overspent at 18, and you just wouldn't do that with your sliding scale.
All relative to the player.
Yeah, right.
Kadarius Toney was supposed to be a stud.
Yeah, let's it's up to you if you want to go to trends or trade next.
But I don't have the trades up here. We're going to talk about them. I thought about that after the fact thing, and we probably should have made that up there, but let's talk about it. We'll do the trends, then we'll do the talk of the trades.
Let's do trends. And I think this is a perfect amount of frequency of doing these, Matt.
Yes.
I think every 4 weeks is just fine, 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, again, as a reminder to everybody in the league watching this, what this slide shows is based on how you drafted on draft day compared to how you are right now. They're showing how well basically ESPN thinks you've done as the season goes, if you will. So let's go to that. It's very interesting. What we're looking at, excuse me, is they thought that the Wild Poopers did the best on draft day. Now they're thinking they've slid back 5 spots to 5th. Not too bad. Camp Krusty, man, they said I was 2 to begin with. I'm still crap. Basically, I'm doing this. I'm treading water. I'm staying level just above. I ain't drowning just yet. However, poor Dawn, they thought she did 3rd on draft day. They don't like her progress.
She asked you to throw her a life preserver, and you gave her an anvil, and it took her down 5 points.
Oh, I don't know about that. I gave her a nice trade, and she's winning and will continue to win. However, as of this week, they had her sliding down 5 spots to 8th. We have our first improvement team. Uncle Todd they said you did 4th. They now think you're a number 1, and that this is probably before the trade. I can't say that. We'll have to wait and see.
I know.
But they like you as it is. Another team slipping, need a bigger boat. I think you said that's Jay.
He's the biggest trending down. No, need a bigger boat is Joe. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Sorry about
I'm going to send you a card for these people.
Okay, so Sam's team needs a bigger boat. They have.
You idiot.
Just kidding. Okay, Joe, they think you did 5. It's like everybody's slipping 4 or 5 spots. It's
That's big.
Just slight.
Not you and me, but yes, everyone else.
Exactly. Slips back to 10th. Another improvement. Love Hugs and Ice Cream Greg. They thought you were in 6th on draft day. They like you at 4th right now. Well done. Another team slipping. FYJ 7 again. Another 4 spots down to 11.
Whoa. He's slipping down.
Slipping. Here's a report of just a little bit of movement. Tommy Shelby thought you did 8th, think you're at 9th. Basically, you're like me, treading water, holding steady, 500, however you want to say it. Gentlemen's 4 quarterlies. Obviously, they had her at 9th, and they've got her trending up, which I don't know how you can't. Starting the year at 3-0 and getting her first loss this week.
Yeah.
Had a feeling this would be here. Highway 65, the former Mustangs. Look at this guy, up 4 spots from 10th to 6th. Well done, Kev. And then maybe the story of the whole thing, and I don't know how this can be with the you having the last 2 Braille Bombers. They thought you were terrible draft day, and now they think you're in 3rd place. So well done there. However, the same guy who drafted the 2nd worst team on draft day drafted the absolute worst team, 12th, and they think you have either stayed at 12th or gotten worse, but they can't lower you than 12 because there's only 12 teams. So at least you're not getting any worse.
No, I am just staying at the bottom of the ocean where I belong because I'm a bottom feeder. Let's talk about the trade now.
All right. So I don't know if everyone has heard. I think some notifications go out. I don't know who reads them or gets them, but there were a couple of trades done. One of them I'm going to skip, not because I don't think it was huge or great. I'm sure it's going to work out fine for both, but it's just not the massive one that I think we're all interested in. And that one is Todd is consolidating power in the wide receiver spot with
like Vito frickin' Corleone.
With the top 2 wide receivers in the league. I can't believe it. Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, on the same team, and you know,
Kev, you got Travis Etienne as a kicker.
And Kev, I wish you luck because I know the guys you got had massive weeks this week, and I hope that continues. But man, Todd rolled up 193 without Jefferson. I'm a little bit frightened to see what he's going to do this week.
I think I play him this week, so thank you, Clemens. I appreciate that.
Well, and if I know Todd, Todd's probably not resting on his laurels. He's not sitting.
Oh no, he's looking for more.
Trade. I think that's smart. I think he's got hot players right now. Why wouldn't you, buy low and sell high?
Todd is like Frank Stallone, far from over is what he is.
All right. Well, he's doing a good job. I'm going to go ahead and say through 4 weeks, I've got best manager at Todd, followed by my sister and Sam.
This is where you went with the trade. Why don't you usually say what the trade was? For all those that wanted Kevin to get to a point and he couldn't find this point.
I told the
trade was Justin Jefferson and Travis Etienne for Josh Jacobs
and AJ
Brown.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Jesus, I thought I mentioned it. That's what you should have led with, dum-dum. No. Again, I think we're having some sort of interference from Idaho. Perhaps snow's falling in your head. Let's move to. Oh wait, I
got these prisms. Maybe I just
don't blame the technology. I'm blaming the user. Let's get to the next one. Now we're up to Need a Bigger Boat, whose Cats team I think is what you want to call it, right? So we're going to call that Cats team now.
Cats team. That's not Cats team.
Are you sure? Because you've been calling everybody else's team up to this point.
All right. Whatever. Okay. Camp Krusty against.
That's you, I think.
That's me. Don't worry. And I'm going to go big. I'm averaging 157. They're projecting me at 147, which they believe is enough to get the projected 138 from needing a bigger boat. I'm not sure. It's 10 points, but I'm not done yet. I still got moves to make. I still got decisions to make. We'll see what happens. I think Matt's on the verge of offering me a stellar trade, so we'll see what happens. He's after, I won't say.
We'll stay tuned, people.
I won't say what his offer is because
now what's interesting
in our friendship.
What's interesting in this matchup is you have Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Oh, we only got 10 minutes. See, this is what happens when you just dilly-dally and run away.
We got a third of the time left.
Shut it. So Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers for the first time are the only team that hasn't played in London. This will be their week in London. Now, I believe the Giants may be without Daniel Jones, so we'll see what that means. Maybe if Green Bay gets ahead, it might just be a running game. Maybe that hurts Aaron Rodgers. We'll see what's going to happen. Or maybe they play like crap because who knows what's going to happen to teams when they go across the pond, right? Meanwhile, it looks like you're sticking with Geno Smith so far, so this will be interesting to see how he does against New Orleans.
Oh, I put him in the other day.
Okay, and then We will see if Jamar Chase actually pans out for you this week. And does Mark Andrews wake up from his nippity nap that he was in from the week before? Meanwhile, James Conner, will he show up? He's going up against that Philly defense who gave fits to the Jacksonville Jaguars last week, but we'll see what they do this week against him. And Khalil Herbert, the guy that Kevin laughs at, who is definitely taken over for Montgomery. He's the better runner. Let's see how he does against Minnesota. It should be a good matchup.
Okay, well, the other thing I need to check on is the health of Dak Prescott. I haven't checked on him today. That'd be my only.
They say he still can't grip a football yet. I think you're okay this week.
Well, you were the one bragging about how good he's doing.
No, not him. His backup, Cooper Kush, is doing great.
Yeah.
He's won every game he started. I'm not saying he's the next coming, but I'm just saying.
Why don't you pick him off the waiver wire then? Besides,
yeah, you might pick him up to make him your 5th quarterback on your lousy team. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Here we go.
Jesus.
Worst on draft day.
The other guy. Worst
today. We got Jalen Hurts. Wow, you got a good deal there. He's averaging 28, so they're sticking him about there. Rashad White, averaging 5.4. Man, look at the averages for your. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. No, I was right.
You're right.
The averages for this running back 5.4. Dude, you need help. Aaron Jones, though, is not bad. And then we've got Kyle Pitts. They think he's going to get 10.
Oh, Jesus.
They're hoping he gets back on his winning ways. And then Chris Boswell. All right. On the other side, we've got Lamar Jackson, who I can't believe for an instant that they're giving Hurts the nod over those two quarterbacks, but they are. Taylor,
he's actually out this week. He's going to get changed. They've already said he's not playing. It's going to be Naeem Hines. That's tomorrow night's game.
Okay, well, you better make that trade there, Gregorino. They like Nick Chubb, and I like Nick Chubb. He's averaging nearly 23, and they've got him slated to get about 19. Double digits the rest of the way down, with the exception of, Tyler Conklin,
but close enough, dum-dum.
Okay, I can't see. But he's averaging more than that, so we'll see what happens. Yes. The gap here is 15, although I think we got to wait and see what he does with that Jonathan Taylor spot, because I doubt whoever he puts in is going to be projected to 17. So
I still don't like the matchup. I got a bad feeling about this one. Unless my guys have some sort of miracle, I'm in trouble. Moving on.
All right, speaking of trouble, whoever's going up against Don is in big trouble this week. That is Tommy Shelby's Racehorses. That is Sam's team. Sam's team, Justin Herbert, 27. He's looking good. Joe Mixon, also very consistent player, 18 they're giving him. And a couple of cues to pay attention to that, Sam.
Yeah.
On the flip side, she's starting Kirk Cousins again, at least so far. I think she's got to now go. I told her, you know what, with Brady and him, go with matchup then. So I think she still has to look at that. Not sure about Alvin Kamara. He's got a question mark, and they're projecting him at 18.4. No idea where that projection is.
Well, because Seattle has a horrible defense. Yes, he should be fine as long as he can hit the field. Okay,
and then we've also got decent numbers the rest of the way down, honestly. Jamal Williams, 16.6. And
again, that's because my guy's still out. Swift is hurt. So, yes, he's going to get all the carries and have probably another great friggin' day.
And Hawkinson, after last week, I'd say this is conservative. I don't know how good New England is.
I don't think he's getting another 40, but yes, I'm sure he'll do well. The matchups to watch in this one, Hunter Renfro's been out for the last couple of weeks because of the concussion, I believe. We'll see, does he get back on against KC, and does he actually rack up some catches? Because that other guy, that Hollins or whoever else the other receiver is in Las Vegas, has been taking up the target shares. So we'll see if he gets back on there. Melvin Gordon, perfect opportunity if he can't fumble it away to Mike Boone.
That was the other trade, right? Melvin Gordon.
I think so, yeah. But Melvin Gordon, because of Javonte Williams going out for the season, or on IR, I can't remember if he's on IR or out for the season, or I think Clemens owns him. You got Melvin Gordon sharing time with Mike Boone, so that should be a big day for him, or at least a comeback. And we'll see if Justin Herbert's ribs seem to continue to hold up in that game. Let's move on to the next contest.
All the cues, though, I'll say this, for all the cues on that page, they still have it very close at the spread being about 2.5 points. Okay, the Wild Poopers are going up against Uncle Todd's Family Feedback. Oh God, Cat, of all the
Jesus, look
weeks
at
to
that.
go up against Todd, it's this week
Brother.
after the monster trade. Um, we're pulling for you. I want to see you get your first win. They like Kyler Murray, as I like
Jesus.
Kyler Murray. Deontay Johnson, they expect a decent day from him. So same with Fournette. I like her running back squad, man. Look at that. McCaffrey and Fournette. How is she winless with Fournette and McCaffrey and Kyler Murray? I don't get it. And Tyreek Hill. What the hell? How is this even possible? All right.
Just matchups in the day, I guess.
I
Look at
guess
Todd.
so.
Todd's average alone, and I'm not going to count Joe Burrow because he's had ups and downs, but if you just look at Saquon, Kupp, Jefferson, and Kelsey, he starts with like a baseline of 80 points and then goes up from there, that little worm. That is just disgustingly impressive. So
I know.
good job, Todd. We're all going to root against Todd. He cannot win this monster. He needs to fall out, either not make playoffs or get bounced in the first round. That kind of luck.
Well, he's averaging 180 points a game.
Yeah.
They got him projected at 164 because I think they're saying
Insane.
law of averages, that has to come down at some point. But I don't know. Big spread on this one, 23.2. Cat, I'm wishing you luck. Todd, you're doing extremely well management-wise, but hate to have a winless team in this league. So I might be quietly rooting for the more female of the Devlins on this list. Well, I can't even call her Devlin anymore.
No, she's not. Yeah. She's Mrs. Surfer Lady now.
I can't
Let's
remember.
move on.
Is that the official surname now? Mrs.
I don't
Surfer
know.
Lady?
That's something I can't remember. I mean, he's
I
a
can't
nice
either.
gentleman.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. All right. And then on this one, we've got the Braille Bombers going up against FYJ. Woo! Trevor Lawrence still in there. They think he's going to get 20. We shall see. Eckler continues to do well, and he's hitting his numbers. I don't think there's a problem there. And another decent day, they think, out of Goodwin. And they even like this Ramondre Stevenson. Look at that. 14 points. They have this one very close. The spread about 2.5. Patrick Mahomes. I don't know why you ain't highlighting that one. 29.1. That's going to be a huge day if you can get that. Dalvin Cook, 16.5, and Damian Harris at 13. Devontae Adams projected to get 20. This is a big one. It could be as close as they're predicting.
Yeah, this one is interesting from Jason's side of the ball with Dalvin Cook with that shoulder injury. He still played last week pretty well, so let's see how he does this week against Chicago. The interesting one with Devontae Adams is going up against Kansas City. Kansas City is certainly on a roll right now. That could be boom or bust. It might be a low-scoring game for all we know, or a shootout. If it is, that's going to certainly benefit Devontae. Michael Thomas, who has, I don't know if he didn't play last week or barely played, but if he comes back against a very soft Seattle defense, that could be bad news for Mama. On the other side, if Trevor Lawrence can bounce back against that bad one, do better against Houston. Eckler, I don't expect 30 out of him. I think 18 is going to be great if you can get that. And then let's see if those two Dallas boys keep producing as well. And then Chris Godwin off that injury now looks like not even a questionable here. He should be starting. So hopefully if that Tampa Bay passing game gets on that can help her too. But this should be a good one that will come down to the wire, I suppose, as well. Let's move on. We're getting low on time, people. Let's move it.
Don't worry about it. Gentlemen's 4 quarterlies projected to get 136 against the projection of, this is 120, but he's got empty spots.
So yeah, you can't judge that.
Tell. These are two teams. Terry just suffered her first loss, but she's done well besides that. And then a team on the rise, the Highway 65 Mustangs. We will see what that trade does to his team if we can get a good production out of. Oh, who was the running back he got again?
Josh Jacobs. He's in there. He's down. He's underneath T. Higgins.
Oh, they've got him in the flex spot. So I don't know who he's going to put in the RB2